Hi, my name is Diana Bank and I'm a full-time professor at the University of the Americas in Puebla, Mexico. I belong to the Department of International Business Administration in the School of Economics and Business. Today, I will be talking to you about education and emerging economies. As you know, the 2008 recession hit the whole world. It was an international event. Developed economies start growing. As a matter of fact, they went into minus growth. Later on, they've recuperated. The problem is that jobs have not been created. On the other hand, we have emerging economies, the so-called BRICS economies, for instance, or the N11 economies. These economies have decoupled. They were affected, but they apparently were not as affected as the developed economies. These countries reached levels of growth, 10% for China, for example, around 7.5% to 8% for India. Brazil grew at around 5%. And Russia was also affected, but also was growing more than European or the American economies. We have seen then that these new economies have understood that they can continue growing despite problems that are happening in other economies. How are they doing it? Part of what they're doing is obviously investing in education. Education is the pillar for any economy and for the growth in the next coming decades. So education is a must. We have seen, for example, also a very important events in the Middle East. Okay? The Middle East are not democracies except for Israel. People believed that if they kept their populations not educated, they would not revolt. We saw the opposite happening. People want to be educated. Why? People want democracies. Why do people want democracies? People go to European countries, people go to the United States and to Canada in order to grow, in order to make money, in order to live well. Emerging economies have understood the importance then of education for their future growth. They have started opening up new schools of business, new schools of engineering. For example, in India, they have started opening up more institutes of technology. China has opened up a lot of schools of business, so has Brazil. Other developed economies, developing economies have also done that. So, once you have more educated people, once you have more engineers, for example, more people who are starting to innovate in new fields, such as biotechnology, nanotechnology, genetic engineering, then the countries will be able to have more products and services to sell abroad. Now, these products and services are very expensive because you need a lot of knowledge and a lot of education in order to develop. These countries have also started more patents and patent development for their products. In other words, the more educated a population, the more they will demand. The more they will demand, the more democracy will be, the more transparency there will be, the less corruption there will be. That is definitely a path for development. So watch for these new emerging economies in their path of development. Watch for more Chinese students, more Indian students, more Brazilian students, even more Mexican students going abroad and learning and bringing back the knowledge and bringing back everything they have learned in developed economies for our future development. Thank you very much.